So guys, as you can see, the car is already up on jack stands. I did get the tranny out. I pulled that out a few nights ago. It was like 12 o'clock in the night. I pulled that out. I didn't make a video. I didn't really film when I did that. I had some friends came over and helped me. Tranny is already sent to the transmission guy. He already pulled it apart, and we came to the conclusion that it was third gear synchro that was messed up. So that was a good thing. It didn't damage no gears, because the gears are expensive for that tranny. The synchros was like 150 bucks. So I got them all, and we put them in. Well, he's gonna put them in, and I should get the tranny back by next Saturday, hopefully. So what I'm working on right now is actually the exhaust system. 4-inch exhaust straight out the bumper. For those of you who don't know, my turbo is actually sitting on this side of the bumper. A little baby turbo, nothing too crazy. I think it's a 103 back housing. So yeah, dual 45 race gates. So an issue that I was running into before, why I never could have put the exhaust, oh my god, sorry for all that noise. One of the issues that I was running into, why I could have never run the exhaust over here, was I have a scavenger pump for the turbo, because the turbo is low mounted. So the scavenger pump used to bolt on this subframe. I don't know if you call this a subframe or whatever you call this section here, but it was bolted here, and I had an oil cooler up here. So the solution I found, I'm gonna move the scavenger pump from here to the location where the oil pump was, and then move the oil cooler up in this opening up here where the shock tower is, and hopefully that's gonna solve my problem. It's not a big oil cooler. I think it's like a 12-row oil cooler. Let me show you. This is the oil cooler that I have, and with I think this is a 5-inch or 7-inch fan or something like that. Can't remember exactly, but I'm gonna try to mount that up here. I am gonna have to relocate this and probably make some new lines, but if it works, it's gonna be awesome, because the 3-inch exhaust I had used to stifle the engine, because the back of the turbo was 5-inch to 4-inch, then the 4-inch was reduced to 3 inches, and then go all the way back. So that used to restrict a lot of air. It used to build a lot of back pressure in the turbo. So yeah, so let me get my shit together and we'll start working on that beast over there. Alright guys, so what I'm gonna be doing now, I'm gonna try to take this little shroud looking thing I have on the oil cooler. I'm gonna take that off and see if I actually have to cut any more metal out of this in order to make it fit. It does have some oil inside, so I want to get this off, and then I'll drain it properly. And yeah, I'm gonna try to set you guys up on the intake manifold. Hopefully you guys can see something. Let me get you guys set up. Alright guys, so I did make a little bracket for this end and that end of the oil cooler there. You see that little loop over, and just cut that little tab that was sticking out in that little corner. So this technically should go fairly like that.
Well, yes, that is the design. That's what makes you jump out.
That's gonna bolt to the cross the, what do you call it, radiator support over here, and then come across, and that should be like that. So that's what I was thinking about when I put the oil cooler in, and then I'll put the fan and the shroud on the bottom to pull the air down. because I'm assuming that when the car is driving, this wheel under here where the wheel is, it should create a vacuum to suck air down. There should be like negative air up here. So that's, at least that's what I'm hoping. If any of you guys have an idea of what it's gonna be like, please let me know in the comment section. I'm gonna go ahead and screw this up right now. Alright guys, so I'm trying to actually put the scavenger pump on. This is the scavenger pump for the turbo, because the turbo is a low mounted turbo. I made up this little bracket here that I'm planning on welding somewhere around this area. I hope you guys can see this, not too dark. Yeah, basically I'm gonna weld this up like about there, and the pump is gonna be hanging just level with the radiator support that I made like a while back. Exhaust is almost done. I just gotta finish weld it up, and I have to add a piece probably about 3 or 4 inches onto the end here, and I might do like a teardrop finish on the bumper, not sure yet. All coolers finished, so alright guys, as you guys can see, I actually have the pump mounted up. Weld a little bracket on here, and I have 3 I think it's 8mm bolts or 10mm bolts I have holding it really sturdy. It's not going anywhere. I have a gusset in the back. The only thing that's left now, I have to run this line. I gotta shorten it up just a little bit so it'll be able to bolt, so it'll be able to go on there. And this is the out, which goes to the oil pan, and I ordered 2 90-degree fittings. So this one here, right here, is gonna be going, as you can tell, I have a slight eye leak under here. It's gonna be going up here. I don't know, it's so dark, I don't know if that'll show, but it basically goes right here to the bottom of the oil pan. Yeah. I'm a little bit worried about how close the pump is to the exhaust. There's about 1.5 inches space between the exhaust and the pump, but I am gonna be wrapping the exhaust with some exhaust wrap, so keep the temperature down, because the exhaust is running right underneath the radiator too, and I don't want to heat up anything else. So yeah, the pump's on, oil coolers in the car, exhaust is basically done. I just got to finish welding it, and next project is going to be cutting the bumper to fit on the car, because I have to cut a section out for the intercooler to fit, not for the bumper to fit where the intercooler is. That's going to be another project, but I'm going to end this video here. The next project on the Supra is going to be fitting the bumper and hopefully putting the tranny up whenever I get it. Alright guys, so if you guys like this video, please consider hitting that subscribe button and that like button. Other than that, you guys have a good night. Deuces.